Hey guys, it's Joe Nathan here, and we're driving the 2013 Ferrari Formula One car around the newly released Red Bull Ring for the new red pack for Assetto Corsa. Now we need to talk about a few things here. I'll try and tick them all off of the checkbox of first impressions. So that means this is all very, very raw reactions. But anyways, with that being said, let's go ahead and get right into it. Here are the table of contents. Here's what we're going to cover today. Of course, the red pack itself is huge, so we're going to talk about the 7 new cars, the new track, and then after that, we're going to talk about the new tire model version 10, then a few other things that 1.7 had brought around, and then my overall kind of review, I suppose, my final thoughts on Assetto Corsa and how it's changed over the last 24 hours. Alright, so let's go ahead and start off with the red pack. Let's talk about that, because I think that is what brought me back to Assetto Corsa, just for the moment at least. Now, I bought the red pack because of the F1 cars. Now, I didn't really care about the other 7, or 5 cars rather. I didn't care about all 7, just the 2 Ferrari F1 cars. And I saw those and I was like, yeah, I need to get this. Even if I turn out to not like it, well, I mean, I'm willing to take the chance. It's F1 cars. And I'm a sucker for F1 cars, so I got it. Now, I must say, I'm very surprised. I like it. I like it a lot. And to be honest, the cars themselves are a lot of fun to drive, even if they just don't quite have the grip initially. You make it through the next couple corners, and then it feels like the car starts coming to you as, I don't know, the car warms up a little bit. You know, the tires get temperature, the brakes get temperature, and yeah. It just, you know, it comes into its own, and they're fairly simple to drive as far as, you know, just driving them. But when you try and push and get the most out of them, yeah, they can be a handful. So they're quite the enjoyable car. And of course, I'm not that good at driving and talking when it comes to an F1 car. But all in all, these are a lot of fun. And the track itself, as usual with Kunos, the tracks are very well done, and this one's no different. I must say, you know, it's a nice track, and it's a great one to add to an already good list of tracks. As far as DLC is concerned, I don't own any other DLC packs, but I do understand that there are some great DLC tracks that you can use this car on, and of course, the Red Bull Ring itself is pretty nice as well. Now, all in all, with the cars, with the new tire model, again, the tires, they just don't have the grip initially, but when they warm up, you can definitely feel it. Even with the tire blankets, it's just not enough. You need race pace to kind of warm up the tires. And once they warm up, like I said, you can feel the grip come in, and it's pretty nice. The tire model 10, I haven't spent enough time with it to really know, but this is supposedly pretty revolutionary as far as temperature is concerned, and that's why they went from version 7 to straight to version 10. I don't really know the whole deal with it, but they say they, oh, come on. They say they rewrote a lot of the temperature code, but still retaining that personality that version 7 still had. And I have to agree. I mean, I have to spend more time as far as temperature is concerned, but it doesn't feel that revolutionary of a change. I'm sure it's more coding based and, you know, a whole lot of rewriting or something like that. That makes it worthy of the whole new, you know, jumping to whole versions, you know. So anyways, back onto the cars themselves, as I've kind of skipped over a lot of those, now haven't I? So they've added the Ferrari GT3, the Ferrari 2015 F1 car, and the 2013, obviously the one I'm driving right now for F1. And then they also added a Lamborghini Aventador or something like that. I'm pretty sure that's what it is, but not entirely certain. Either way, the Lamborghini's pretty nice. Not really my cup of tea, but it's nice. The GT3, I like it a lot. I especially like the interior. And then as far as all of the Maseratis, I think there's 4 of those. 2 of them are classic F1 cars. I mean, they're not really 2 separate ones. They're pretty similar, but you know, they're nice. You know, they're pretty nice cars. And to be honest, you know, they've got classic F1 cars already, but nothing that goes that far back. These are retro cars. So very neat piece of history to be able to drive. And then, of course, a Maserati GT4, which, again, isn't quite my cup of tea, but it's there if you're interested. I feel like I'm missing out on one car, but as far as I know, that's pretty much the notables explained, you know. So anyways, moving on, the track again, very well done. What else? I think that's pretty much it for the red pack. Now for 1.7, the things that really changed my mind on Assetto Corsa as a whole were just the little things, but also a pretty big thing in my opinion. I mean, version 10, of course, is, you know, pretty important. But brake temperature simulation is humongous in my opinion, because you brake just about in every single corner. And adding brake temp simulation, which I can feel in this car, they say it in several cars, not all of them, as far as the red pack is concerned. But I can feel it in this car. Every time I come out of pit road, it locks up. But a few laps later, I don't really have any problems with the brakes. So I can definitely feel the temperature coming in and how that really affects the brakes, although I do lock up every time I get to this corner. But all in all, like I said, it's great. You know, I can feel the brake temps kind of working here. And that's key because it's something that I was very critical about earlier. Now another thing is false starts have been added, and that is very minor as far as, you know, the whole picture goes, because I mean, I don't really get caught in a false start situation. But if it were to actually happen, you know, or if it were a possibility, then everyone would take it seriously as far as the start is concerned. And everyone didn't have to take it seriously before. You know, you could just mash first gear until it was actually time to go. When the lights went out, the car would go. So that's changed, and that's huge for a racing sim. Even if it's such a minor part of the game, you know, it's a big deal for me. Now they also go and say that they've improved the AI. It's just his first impression, so I don't have enough time to really tell. But it does seem like, you know, again, with every single update from Kunos, that there are the AI updates that are promised. Now whether it's a done deal or not, I don't think so, although that can be up for debate, as they're still ironing things out. But it seems like a lot of the AI issues are more and more minor, if that makes sense. Less and less of an issue might be a better way to put it. So they're making good steps in the right direction, making the AI a little bit more human as far as various pace levels in practice, or just in sessions in general, whether that's race or qualifying. And then the way that they overtake has been improved, so that's important. The only thing that I would like to say, though, real quick, the only negative that I've noticed straight off of the bat is, of course, the whole DRS thing. There's no DRS rules. There is a problem there, because with no DRS rules, you hit first gear, you take off the line, whatever, no big deal, and then immediately activate DRS. I don't know. I'm not a big fan of that. You gotta have DRS rules. However, I must say they did go above and beyond by simulating all of, you know, the engine stuff as far as ERS, curves, and stuff like that. I think they did an excellent job doing that, because I mean, iRacing has it for their McLaren F1 car, and it would be kind of a loss for Kunos if they didn't as well. So nice to see that happen. So anyways, final thoughts on Assetto Corsa as a whole. I must say this is quite the deal. First off, I don't really buy the Assetto Corsa DLC pack, but when I bought this one, I was pleasantly surprised. And yeah, I think it's huge that, you know, I have a Steam list of favorite games that I keep track of, and I update them fairly regularly. Games move in, they come and go, whatever. Assetto Corsa has never been in my favorites since I've started keeping that list, and just today it moved up into my favorites now. So I'm not going to rate it a perfect game. I still think there's some issues here and there, like I mentioned, with the AI not quite complete, you know what I mean, and stuff like little things like the DRS still needs to be fixed. But overall, I think it did a great job with it. So there you go. That's pretty much it for me. I hope you guys enjoyed. And if you're a sucker for F1 cars, check this pack out. It's worth it. Even if you're not really an Assetto Corsa fan, who knows? Might turn you into one. Unless you're afraid of that, and then I guess stay away. Anyways, have a great day. I'll see you all next time.